Okay, welcome, Bobbie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Please tell everyone who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Bobbie, and I'm the singer for a thrash punk heavy metal band in Austin, Texas. And I scream in people's faces.
Oh, wow, I wish I had the energy for screaming in faces today. Yeah, it's like also your screaming is really impressive hardcore vocals. Like they're very like the lyrics are clear to understand. Oh, also you're a lyricist for your band, not just screaming in their faces.
Yes, yes, I do.
So it's cool. Like the way that you do your vocals is very comprehensible. Even though it's like has like a lot of like style and energy too. So it's
I
awesome.
try to enunciate so people can hear what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is appreciated. I hope that everyone that's doing the heavier vocals out there think about the enunciation in Hellfury. Um, okay, and you guys are from Austin, Texas, but you're really
Yeah.
from many places, right?
Yes. I'm originally from Georgia, and then I lived in Ohio, and then I moved to Las Vegas. And so I actually moved to Texas from Las Vegas.
Oh,
My drummer he's from Las Vegas. So we actually met there. I slept on his couch forever and ever and ever ago. I've known him for almost 20 years. And I was like, one day I'm going to be in a band with Bob. Because I heard him drum in like 6 or 7 different bands. So I knew that he didn't suck. So he's a
Midlet.
really funny guy. So, and he's easy to get along with. And
Oh, great. That
yeah, the other boys are from Texas. They're Texas boys from the South.
Yeah, looks like you have like a lot of your Spotify base of listeners are located in Texas and San Antonio, Dallas, and
Mhm.
Austin. So must be cool to see a show, a healthier show down there. And the album, Cost of Life. Tell us a little about that and when it came out and everything.
That actually, man, COVID screwed us on that one. Because we had gotten everything all ready and we were ready to like tour and we were supposed to go to Europe and we were going to play Rebellion Festival again. And so we put Cost of Life out and then COVID hit.
Oh,
So we had to like sit on it for a while.
ah,
Um, but I mean, I love that album. It's one of the first songs that we ever written was on that one. The original guitar player and he was supposed to be teaching me bass actually
hmm,
to go on tour with this band. I was going to go to Asia with them.
hmm.
And then we just started jamming in my spare bedroom and like Scorn happened. And he goes, I think maybe you're more of a vocalist,
Hmm.
which I always have been.
Uh-huh.
And, we all got together and made Hellfury, and Cost of Life was pretty easy for us to put out. Like we were able to write that one, knock that one out pretty quickly. Had a lot to say. So
Yeah, I was checking out your lyrics and I was like, these feel to me like they were the sort of like hands in the air, like what is going on right now, feeling of COVID. And
yeah, I mean, that's pretty much me at any given time though. It's like, what is going on right now? Like you just look around and everything is like on fire. You're like that little dog meme where you're just sitting in a
yeah,
drinking coffee, everything's on fire.
yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
What?
We're just like, oh, okay, so I need like a maybe like 10 more hours every day in the day.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God, yes, absolutely. I do so much stuff. So many things that I do in my life.
yeah, what else are you up to outside of music and everything?
I also do hair. I've been doing hair for like 20 years. So I've worked on runway shows. Like I did New York Fashion Week this year. I did hair for HBO and AMC. I'm gonna do Miami Swim Week. I do hair for
Amazing.
models and stuff. So, and I have my own little suite that I do hair in, so that way I can come and go as I please. And you
Yeah,
know, I
boss.
kind of like to do whatever I want. I've gotten real spoiled doing whatever I want to.
I
So,
almost think that like in the post-COVID world, the only like way to survive is to live that way and like be your own boss because we saw that working for other people is like a ridiculous lie.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding, right? Oh
Yeah,
my
so it's
gosh, I
like, don't
watched it all implode. Like, oh, okay.
yeah, it's like you might as well just do it all on your own terms at this point because you're the only one accountable
Yeah,
person anymore.
it's a lot of
Anyway,
work, but I
I guess
mean,
like yeah, it's just like social fabric fell apart. But I am on a tangent. So let's get back to the questions. When did you first realize you loved rock, metal, punk music and you wanted to create more of it?
probably when I was about 13. I was living in Ohio and, teen angst. And we had a lot of like crusty bands and there was a lot of metal bands and stuff in our tiny towns. And we would all go to UAW halls and VFWs, wherever we rented stuff, or like in somebody's barn or a cornfield. And, we were bored. We didn't have anything else to do. And we had to experience a lot of small town like shit,
Mhm.
so everybody had something to say. And I never knew how to get into it,
Hmm.
being a female. So it was always male dominated,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And then I started hearing about, other bands that had female lead singers in it. And it was started being a little bit more inspiring. I remember seeing this like punk band was like Head Noise. And I think they were like a Christian punk band, but she had like a 3 foot tall mohawk and just screamed her face off. And I was like, oh, yes, I like that, So I didn't really break into singing, I mean, until later in life. So, I mean, I did I did choir in school, and like solo ensembles, things like that. And so I was classically trained, if you will, to know
Hmm.
how to sing.
Girl, don't say it like that. You were classically trained, okay? No
I
bash,
learned in school.
no bashful beauties, no blushing bride blossoms or whatever on this show. We're leaving that behind. We're so
Yeah, I was classically trained in school and then, would scream in my car. And that's kind of how I learned how to do guttural vocals, is I just tried to mimic everybody else and see like kind of where my vocal style fit in at. And so I would perform with friends bands here and there and, do like metal karaoke kind of stuff and punk bands, like just hop on stage with them for a couple songs. But Hellfury is actually my first like full-fledged balls to the wall in it band where like I'm running it, I mean, we're all running it, but I handpicked them.
yeah. Well, good. Then it's yours. And that's the tude that we gotta have these
Oh
days.
yeah. Yeah, they definitely they will defer to me for things. And it's also another thing where I have to let them handle certain situations because they're calmer than me in some
Uh-huh.
instances. They're like, oh no, you don't want no, you want me to handle, oh, you want her to handle. Okay. Okay, well, good luck to you. Because I just don't, I don't play games. And
Yeah.
I will just straight to the point and blunt and honest and like, what?
Yeah.
Like, don't bullshit me. And they're like, if you want to bullshit, you want to talk to one of us because she's gonna rip your head off about it.
Oh my God. Well, it's really special to hear you say that seeing other girls in bands changed
Mhm.
your ability to see yourself in a band. And like that's something that I hope for with this series as well, is that there are more women out there that want to pick up a guitar or a bass or, you know, a kazoo and
Yes.
whatever. I mean, there's like, lots of heavy metal flautists. You'd be surprised. And,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Get into that
saxophone.
melodic stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, not just like symphonic metal, but like this band Wukon, and there's this thrashy
Ooh,
um star drivers guitarist singer. She also plays flute. And then
that's awesome.
yeah, I was talking to
Hell
some
yeah.
who was I talking to like a
I'm gonna have
couple
to look
days
into that.
ago who had played like classic violin since she was 4. So it's yeah, it's really interesting because someone brought to my attention something I didn't know about, which was that there's so this is really questionable to me, but there's like a patriarchal myth that women are only ever vocalists in bands, but I have never had a guest on the show who wasn't multi-instrumentalist or
Yeah.
also the lyricist, also the illustrator, also the band manager, does the marketing. Like women take multiple roles in
Oh yeah.
every band that I've interviewed. So this is just like garbage myth. But then
Right.
another layer of it was that somebody was like, yeah, they overcompensate. And I was like, no, they have more than one interest. It does,
Yeah.
it's not a reaction to men. They exist.
Yeah. Or it's, maybe we just are better at certain things.
I mean, it's just, I feel like, I don't know. It's just uh, I'm like mind blown.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah. No, I mean, my friend Alyssa plays bass and sings. So she's in a couple of bands actually. She sings and plays bass in Sex Cult, and then she plays bass in this band called Nerve. And I've watched her like before she even knew how to play bass and watched her learn, and now she's just a badass. It's
mm,
awesome. So not
DM,
just she's not
yeah,
just a vocalist.
no, yeah, DM, yeah, like literally every bass player I've talked to also sing. But anyway, DM me her Instagram so I can
Oh, I
follow.
will.
Um, so yeah, so anyway, it's really great to hear you say that like that was a catalyst for you, to like have somebody be like, hey, like I don't know what the problem is with the visibility for women in metal. Like I don't understand why it's like this.
I don't either. And
What
well, and the whole thing, like people being a lot of people feel like you have to, be super pretty on stage. And damn it, I have tried and I just cannot do it. I just, I can't, like, I get up there and whatever happens, happens. I don't practice like my stage looks or whatever. No, I get up there and whatever comes out of me comes out of me. And I mean, I've been broken up with before I got on stage before, like via text
well,
message. And that was one of my best shows because I
but it was
fucking got in the crowd. I was all over the place. I was like, come here,
text message. I hope
like,
you like just grabbed people's faces and made out with
pretty
them
much,
consensually.
yeah. And it's like I get real into it and real aggressive. I tore my ACL one time because I did such a high jump off stage. And then I
Okay,
toured on it for another 9 days.
things to see and do in Texas. Hellfury show. Maybe you'll get made out with. Maybe an ACL will get torn.
I hope not. I just had to pay for that one.
So, yeah. So, back to the questions. If you could collect any three vinyl records in history, what would you like to have?
This might surprise people. Dynasty by Kiss,
Okay,
their disco album. I would like a
that's my
first
favorite.
pressing of that, please. Um, and then Nine Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine. I'm a pretty big Nine Inch Nails fan. I was in an industrial for a long time,
Hmm.
and Rolling Stones, any of them really. Like again, first pressings. I don't really collect a lot of things because I've been pretty nomadic my whole life, so I don't get like emotionally attached to a lot of like material possessions.
Uh-huh.
But I like some first pressings because they're worth a lot of money.
Bring tidings to the goddesses. If your music were a movie soundtrack, what would the movie be about?
It would probably be something like They Live or a horror movie or a psychological thriller, I would imagine. Maybe something about like revenge. Probably some woman murdering a bunch of people for fucking Uber, I mean, that sounds about right.
What was the name of the woman who like specifically attacked truckers and she like made like the crazy,
Eileen Waros.
yeah, can she be your star?
Right. Who is the actress that played her in that movie? Oh my gosh. I just burned on it. But
Maybe
she was like she's gorgeous and they made her look like Eileen Waros. And by the end, Eileen was she'd been through some shit. So you could see it on her face. I still
yeah.
think they should let her out of jail. Like I don't think she needs to be
But
in there.
yeah, I feel like some of those were probably self-defense, but you know what?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
You could go on a tour with any three bands, dead or alive. Who would you choose?
um Discharge.
Okay.
Toxic Holocaust seems fun. And Destruction. They put on a great show. So, and I mean, there's a bunch of, you know, lady-led ones that would be great as well. I mean, I love like Walls of Jericho. That would be super
Okay.
fun. Um, oh gosh. Arch Enemy, that would be cool too. Crypta. There's a
Oh,
bunch of,
okay. Yeah.
I mean, I could just go on and
Yeah,
on.
no, that's good. Names out there. Well, we're gonna go with Walls of Jericho, Crypta, and what was the other one you just said there?
Oh, Arch Enemy.
Arch Enemy. Yeah, we're gonna go with those because they're girls. Um, so if you could play any festival, which one would you choose?
That is a question because there's so many, so many of them. I don't know, Bakken would be great. That'd be
Okay.
super fun. Maybe Hell's Heroes.
Oh
We've
yeah,
done
you
the
could
after
definitely
we've
do
done the after party there, but it'd be
that.
cool to be on one of the stages.
We gotta get like infiltrate that and find out who does the booking. I
Oh,
mean,
Hell's Heroes.
yeah.
My guitar player does the artwork for him, so I think I know a guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like there should be like I don't know. There was like a festival, Life After Death in Mexico City, and the first day was all female fronted stuff. The festival
Ooh,
got canceled, but it was like everybody you can name or think of, Vixen Doro, Leather Leone, just everybody.
how sick.
But the guy organizing it couldn't deliver on the guarantees, so he canceled it 2 days before when everybody
Ooh,
already had all their flights and hotels and all the bands had all their stuff. It was just like Coven was gonna play.
interesting.
But ba.
We're playing Bitchfest in Salt Lake City at Aces High. They started doing an all like like female femme kind of
Mhm,
festival. So
mhm.
it's up and coming. We played
Yeah,
last year and it was great. We had so much fun. At one point, we were all in the green room and it was just all females.
that
That
is
was it.
so cool. Oh man, I gotta
It was
check
so
that.
awesome. And we were all just like, wait, has this ever happened to any of you guys before? Like,
When is
were
it?
you the only females? Like, and we're all musicians and we're all
Mhm,
performing,
yeah.
just all in the same room. It was fucking awesome.
Um, when is it? When is Bitchfest?
That one's gonna be May 11th this year. So May 11th in Salt Lake City at Aces High.
Okay, I'm gonna like look into trying to get to that because I saw a couple of people that I know are playing that, and I should try to go to that.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Sounds
It
like my
was such a blast. Like everybody there is just amazing.
that sounds super awesome. Plus, like people have been like, when are you gonna organize a show for this stuff? And I was like, I do not have the time.
Turns out a lot goes into it.
I'm like,
It's very time consuming.
let's just do this for now. We're just gonna stay right here for a little while. But okay, looking back, what was a big decision that you made that turned out to be a great choice?
Staying in Texas.
Oh, that's a
Um,
different answer. Usually everybody's like moving to this place, moving to that place, or
well, I
marrying.
was planning on leaving and I didn't, and then Hellfury happened. And
Mhm,
so if I wouldn't have stayed in Texas when I did, I mean, I was ready to go. I was
mhm.
just done. And then I stayed a little bit longer and me and John started Hellfury and then everything started taking off. And so I guess just sticking with Hellfury and just putting my nose to the grindstone, so to speak, with it, and like really wanting to be aggressive about playing shows with other females and
Hmm.
getting more of a connection with a lot of the females in Austin because there's a huge scene with female singers and like the heavy metal community and the hardcore scene, punk, thrash, like in every single genre, we've got women vocalists and entire bands that are all women and stuff. So it's
Okay.
been pretty cool to see like all kind of like culminate because it wasn't
Mhm.
like that when I first moved here. And now there's a bunch of people.
Oh, okay.
It's
How long have
awesome.
you lived there?
14 years.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. That sounds like great progress in that amount of time.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, I feel like I'm finding a lot of female fronted metal or I mean it's mostly fronted even if like they're playing a bass at the same time or guitar at the same time it's still like the vocals are female. a lot of them in New York and a lot of them in the Pacific Northwest, which isn't like a huge surprise given the culture in the Pacific Northwest. But yeah, it's good. It's kind of interesting to see where it clusters. Happy to hear we got Texas too. So, what is your favorite piece of gear or stage wear?
My bullet belt. I wear it almost every single time. Can't even think the only time I wouldn't have is if I forgot it randomly, or I can't imagine not playing with it. The it's like bullets from an M1 Grand, so that's fun. Big old gun. That my fry boots, my motorcycle boots.
Nice,
And
nice. And
necessary.
love it. Always fun to hear. And the belts, people's special belts.
Hmm.
Yeah, like a couple of people with the belts. It's interesting. I don't know, just like the data of like the trends of answers and the questions. Like, okay, so everybody that wants to like really impress female musician, just buy her a gorgeous belt. And some metal spikes or some slits. That's how you do it. Do you have any new announcements for us?
Well, we are working on finishing our second album, and that's exciting because we're going to record and hopefully release it this year.
Ooh.
And we are working on our West Coast tour at the end of July, beginning of August. So we'll be hitting up the whole side. We've never been to like the Pacific Northwest yet, so it's going to be exciting to play like Portland, Seattle, and like
Yeah.
Moorhead and stuff.
Have you been up there before personally?
I've been to San Francisco one time, but that was a
Gosh.
long time ago. So I'm very excited about it, especially because it's going to be like 115 here.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's going to feel real nice up there.
Oh, you're gonna have such a good time. It's incredibly beautiful in
Mhm.
Seattle. It's just like they call it the Emerald City, and it's gorgeous.
Want to get a hold of Soul Grinder and Solicitor,
Yeah,
see
do
what
that.
they're doing.
Hoaxed is from.
Oh yeah, yeah, Host. We played with them. Heck yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, I love them. Yep,
So for
we
your
played
new
Bitchfest with them actually.
oh,
Mhm.
so for your next album, can you give us any teasers about themes for lyrics or any new influences that are inspiring you?
It's definitely heavier, it's thrashier, more crusty. So getting back to like more of my roots and Diego's roots, because we're very much in that kind of vein.
Hmm.
Whereas like Bob, he's all over the place. He likes everything. And
Hmm.
Harley actually used to play stand-up bass and a honky tonk band. So we come from all kinds of backgrounds, but I really was excited to make it. I wanted it darker and heavier and more aggressive. And a lot of our lyrics get political,
Hmm.
usually women's rights or, like LGBTQ, things like
Yeah,
that,
yeah. Human rights, just
you
standard
know.
stuff that
Exactly. That
might
that
want.
little thing that they keep trying to take away from us. So I like to scream about that and just, a society and being disenfranchised and how the government's trying to, screw us. So
Yep.
yeah, I
That
don't really have happy-go-lucky songs, so to speak.
we're not okay. So don't anticipate any like love ballads. We're not doing that.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No, not anytime soon.
How can people follow what you do and follow your band? Where do they find you?
I mean, we're on like everything. So on Facebook, you can just look us up at Hellfury ATX. It's Hellfury ATX for Instagram as well. We have a
Mhm.
website that you can go to www.hellfuryatx.com that I try to keep updated. But we also have music videos on there, lots of photos, lots of tour dates that we've done, past flyers, things like that. We're on Spotify, Pandora, a bunch of other ones that I don't know off the top of my head.
Do
We're pretty prevalent on the internet, but mainly Instagram if you're trying to get a hold of us for any reason.
Okay, and do you have a metal archives page, or do you just feel like you're not like in that genre enough to make one? Because
What? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that we're in there.
okay, I couldn't find you, and it's like always, a great way to like learn more about the way that people come together and stuff. So
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, we've got like a band camp, but we don't have like metal archives. I'll look into that for sure.
today the website is white for the first time ever, and I'm like concerned that they're gonna like update it or something. It's like, please leave that alone.
Girl, what are you doing?
We don't want new features there. It's not a social media website. Leave it alone and please
Right.
never sell it because Mark Zuckerberg probably has his eyes on it.
No.
I know. Then we'd really just have to go like storm the gates, like let some things be sacred in this world.
Right.
So let us play the vinyl game. I hold up two vinyl, you pick one and you tell us why you picked it.
Let's go Santa, obviously. Santo? What did that say? I'm blind.
Santa. This one's Santa, and
Yeah,
that's what you want to do? And this one,
yeah.
okay. Santa. Yes, Spanish heavy metal.
Ooh.
Okay. And then Coven or Bonnie Tyler?
Oh man. A part of me really wants to say Bonnie Tyler, but I'm gonna go Coven.
Can you imagine if Bonnie Tyler was just like in a different genre though? Like if she had been singing in like a thrash band?
Oh, I'd be sick.
All this freaking AI stuff, and I still haven't heard Bonnie Tyler in a thrash band.
Oh man, AI. No, 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 no.
I feel like they really it's really not being used to entertain us enough. In our in our robot future, we will be entertained. We will never know what boredom feels like. So Girl School or Shaka Khan?
I'm gonna go Shaka Khan on this. Like I love Girl School, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna go Shaka Khan with this one. Switch it up a bit.
I
Because
didn't
those
really.
pipes too.
Yeah, she's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I think her best work was with Rick Wakeman, the keyboardist of Yes, and his solo stuff. I just think that it was just like such a dream team for her vocals to be matched with his crazy proggy Wonderland nonsense. Um, okay. Gray Slick or Burning Witches?
Gray Slick.
Gray Slick. What do you
Mhm.
love about Gray Slick?
I'm like, well, just look at that album art. That alone.
Then the back is just her like it's so hard to just
You're
stare.
looking into your soul. It's gonna put a spell on you.
What a character. Oh my goodness. We had her patches.
Oh,
Um, okay, and then we'll do
like, what else do you have for
this
me?
is gonna be the last round.
Okay,
Susie Quattro or Dusty Springfield?
Dusty Springfield.
I'm a preacher man.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, cannot think of another song that she does myself. Like another song.
I'm bad at that game too. Like, I'm so bad at memorizing names of songs or album names or anything. I'm the person that's like, oh yeah, I love that band. Can I name you anything from them? Probably not. But when I like listen to them, I know all the lyrics.
I really gotta like actually go ahead and listen to all four sides of this collection.
Good God, that's awesome.
I need to know like what else she did. That song was such a hit. Um, and I I don't know. I think I've like gotten through like side A of one of the albums and nothing else was recognizable. So it was like
Well,
hard to go from such a hit to like a bunch of stuff I never heard before. But
gotta
yeah,
like clean the house or something, or like be
yeah,
painting or something and put it on
yeah.
and just kind of let it be in the background.
Yeah, it's which is like super fun to like find discoveries that way. Like I had a Patti LaBelle vinyl, and I was like, honestly, I'm not that familiar with Patti LaBelle. And that, then you get those surprises in there. Like they're not famous for no reason. And if you can't name any of their songs, then I mean, like I guess that's the thing with Dusty Springfield is you can name like one humongous hit she had, But like
Mhm.
maybe like somebody like Diane Warwick, it's like, what's the big hit? You don't know. So then you can just sort of listen to the whole album with an open mind and like
Yeah.
discover her talent that way. Woo! Tell you, everybody, do not go eating Moroccan food and drinking a bottle of wine before you got to interview anybody because you're going to be this very silly. Um,
We went to a barbecue yesterday, so and then
okay.
sat around and drank Lone Stars with some friends.
See, I think that's what you're supposed to do. Like something about the Cote de Rhone with like the couscous, like just made me so sleepy. But
Yeah.
anyway, thank you so much, Bobbie, for coming on.
Welcome. Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
And like sharing your stories and just telling us about like, how you got started and interested and influenced and everything. It means a lot to many people that you are here.
Oh, well, thank you. I like being here.
Aw, bye.
Bye.